Hello everybody, Burko here with this week's pontification. This week I'm talking about most people's pet peeve, and that is the taxation that you pay. To show how things have changed since 1966 to 2026, which is a 60-year spread, I've looked at the UK's budget. So looking at some of the main places they spend money, the defence, the 1966 figure is first. It's 5.5% of the budget. Now it's 2.6% of the budget. When we come to education, it was 4.6%. Now it's 4.1%. When it comes to the welfare, it was 5.5%. It's now 20%. And health was 4.5%. It's now 8.5%. So you can see welfare and health have climbed significantly over the years. Reason for that is real simple. Don't look any further than me or people like me. We used to pop our clogs about early 70s. Now we keep hanging around. And so the government has to keep finding ways to find money to pay our health budget, which is because of the health industry is now much, much higher than it used to be, and also pay pensions to us. Now, a few numbers about the government finances. So we're looking at the debt to GDP numbers. They were 84.3%. Now it's 95% of GDP. And the actual amount that they spend as a percentage of the budget on paying the interest, it was 4.1%. It's now, 3.6%. And the actual amount that they owe was 31.3 billion pounds. It's now close to £1 trillion. So for any of those who aren't very good at maths, that's 100 times as much money. Now, a few other numbers that may interest you. One is what the government used to spend in terms of they're called gilts in those days, or still are. The cost of them borrowing money in 1966 actually fluctuated quite significantly during the year. It was a very difficult year for the country. And the actual cost of borrowing money at its highest point was 7.4% of cost to buy gilts or borrow money. But it settled back to around 7%. Today, it's just under 5% at 4.9%. Another statistic around that is I looked at what the average worker used to earn and what they sort of earn now. And I just took a basic tradesman's wage. Now, in 1966, the average tradie would make somewhere around £900 to £1,000 a year, which doesn't sound like much because now they make £45,000. But then I looked at the taxation, which quite surprised me, because back in those days, in 1966, the cost of, or the amount of money you had to give the government, first of all, there was no tax-free income, which back in the old days was probably, for those people, about somewhere around 30% of their salary, which was tax-free. In 1966, nothing, not a brass folding. And they used to pay nearly 42%. So right from the first penny, they were paying 42% interest, tax on their salary. Now, it's a lot different. It's now about 20% for those same people. So if you look at their salary, for an average working guy, he's paying about 15% now on his salary. He used to pay over 40%. Another couple of things that I found. First of all, when you compare pounds to dollars, it now takes half the dollars to buy a pound than it used to back in 1966. Gold. was another thing I looked at. Now, you could go and buy yourself an ounce of gold, if you had a few pennies to spare, for £12 back in 1966. Today, you want to go buy an ounce of gold? £3,000 in pounds, not dollars. Okay. What else did I find? Oh, I think that'll do for this week. Oh, no, a couple of other things. What else is here? No, that'll do. Okay, that's me for this week. Sorry about the presentation at the end. Take care. Ta-da.